Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope all of you are doing well. So today I'll be doing a swatch and review of Glitch Lacquer. And then I'll also be sharing some opinions that might be a little uncomfortable or controversial. I obviously always welcome the conversation, the discourse, um, the disagreement, because I do want to hear what you all think. But just to get into it, um, I I purchased all of these polishes by myself. I only purchased 4 polishes. I do have to say all of them were beautiful. These were all beautiful polishes. I think the only one I didn't really like was Sunset Sky Lane, but that's only because I think I wanted it to be a little bit of a richer color, which is just personal preference. The polish itself was fine. Um, the bottles, the branding, all that is very, very beautiful. I don't like the brush, but as you can see, I made it work. It worked fine for me, but it's just not my favorite kind of brush. And also, I know that there was some type of issue with like the lids, the caps of the polishes. Um, but I don't remember. I remember like there being like a little information sheet that came with the package, but it was like I bought these so long ago that I don't even remember what it said, but I don't know. There was transparency around that. So kudos to Brie, the maker, for that. But yeah, those were really just my general thoughts about these. I'm going to let the footage roll so you can kind of just see the colors while I speak. Um, so Glitch Lacquer launched in, I believe, like towards the end of July or like early August. And from the get, Brie, who's the maker, was like everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, Reddit, everywhere, talking about how, Palestine was one of her brand's like core identities and how that was really important to her. And as I'm sure everyone here knows, in the nail polish community, getting that like intel on a brand and a brand owner is really important, because then we can determine how we want to spend our money. Um, and so, obviously everyone appreciated the transparency. I appreciated the transparency. It was nice to hear, nice to see from the get. Um, but at some point, it kind of felt like Brie was putting that knowledge out there in efforts to sell product, because we know that there are many, many brands who do not align with MAGA, who are pro-Palestine, who hate Trump, all these things, and we don't see them pushing their ideologies, I guess, in the same way that Brie has. And so that always struck me and always kind of like stood out to me. And also, I feel like when you're going to make one issue or a couple of issues a core part of your brand identity from the get, from inception, your brand should also be giving back to those specific causes from the get. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Meaning, like, it matters in terms of understanding your values, but it doesn't matter. It has no relevance to your actual brand. And so I was kind of disappointed that Brie hadn't really like given back to Palestine, which, again, she'd made a core part of her brand identity from the get. It was reassuring to see that I think in December she launched a collection that was dedicated to Palestine, where all the proceeds would go to Palestine. It was very reassuring to see that. Kudos to her for being able to do that. But the other thing I'm going to say is that like nail polish supplies are very, very cheap. I recently kind of ordered some nail polish supplies, just to start dabbling in making nail polish by myself, because it's something that I've been like intrigued by and interested in. And the amount of product that I got and what I paid for it, and again, I was buying small amounts. I'm not buying amounts that, a brand would be buying, was very, very cheap. And so, again, for someone who made this such a part of their core identity, donating just $3 per bottle to, a cause, is a little disappointing, because we see other brands, Uno Mas, for example, donating like, I think for like every duo of certain charity that they sell, they donate like $25. And Uno Mas is also a very new brand. They also launched last year. And the thing is that from the get, they've always been giving back. Every quarter, they've made a donation to some cause, and they've kind of diversified it. They've identified causes that they wanted to give back to. But from the get, they've always done that. And I honestly don't feel like Uno Mas really advertises that as well as they should, or could. But maybe also it isn't about that for them. Maybe it's more like that's what they do for their internal satisfaction and not necessarily to like sell the product. But also they're not making any money off of the product because it's literally $25 per like duo or $13 per polish is being donated. And so that's like almost like that's past 100% of the profits. So anyway, just like to make that comparison, again, I've just been disappointed. I guess in that I've been disappointed in the fact that I felt like these really important issues were being put out there by this brand, by Glitch, and Brie to sell product. And I'm also disappointed that it took so many months for them to finally start giving back to these causes, and then also only donating $3, when again they've probably made much more money from selling product. So yeah, those are just some of my thoughts. Again, this is something that has been weighing on me since like, I don't know, I guess in August, September, October, November, like I was just like waiting to see, you know, what Glitch was going to be doing in terms of like giving back to these efforts. And it was great to see, you know, the collection, the collection like dedicated to Palestine launch in December. But I also felt like it was long overdue, given how Brie has presented across all social media platforms about, you know, this being a part of her core identity. And then again, contrasting that with so many other brands who also give back, who also, you know, hold similar values. And like, to me, the bottom line is if you're going to present and talk about these things everywhere all the time, then your brand should be giving back to these things everywhere all the time. Otherwise, you're using these like causes to sell product, and that's how it feels to me, and that doesn't feel good. But yeah, I'll let the rest of this footage roll. Again, I welcome any, you know, disagreement or debate, just because there might be things that I've not considered in all of this. But like I said, this is something that has been weighing on me for like a while, and it just again felt gross. So yeah, I hope all of you are taking care, and I will see you in my next video.